Welcome to the 2017 NACA Division I Volleyball Championship between The Rock out of Gainesville, Florida, and Heritage Christian School out of Kissimmee, Florida. A couple of Florida schools matching up here in Tennessee for the championship, and a couple of schools that have already seen each other. And we'll match up here again. The Rock will be in the black jerseys to the right. Heritage will be in the red, white, and blue uniforms to the left. And we'll get set to get our championship game underway here tonight. Heritage came into this year's tournament at 33-5 on the year. We'll talk a little bit more about them as the night goes along. The Rock was 31-4 as they came into this year's tournament. And of course, those records would be a little bit different here. The Rock were runner-up winners in 2014 in Division I. They also won it in 2015, won it in 2016, and are clearly the favorites to win it again in 2017, but don't tell Heritage that because they have plans for a trophy themselves. So let's get this thing underway. Maria Hernandez, a 5'6" junior, to serve here for the Rock. As be set in the middle of the floor. Lions played it there, and somebody's in the net for the Rock, so a 1-0 lead for Heritage. So back to serve for the Eagles is Rachel Watts. He's set up front. Set to the outside. That ball's hammered, but good dig by Beaver in the back row. That's blocked up front. And we're tied at 1. So back to serve for the Lions is Cariana Ayala, a 5'6" junior. And that tracked down by Beaver on the far side and put over by Lions. Set to the near side, and looks like ended up in the net was Cariama Rodriguez. And it's a 2-1 lead for Heritage. And the serve here is an ace for Kazamara Charlton, making it now 3-1. Like I said, don't tell Heritage that the Rock is heavily favored. They're going to come into this game looking for a championship just as much as the Rock is. Set back to the near side. Rodriguez has that blocked. They'll come back to the middle, and that deflected. And still alive and bumped across. So set to the far side, and that hammered down. And the kill for Ella Lipka. And it's a 3-2 lead now for Heritage here in set number 1. Into the lineup for the Rock comes Megan Winnick, a 6'2" junior. So Ella Lipka, just a sophomore, serves it up here for the Rock. And that's slapped down out front by Griselda Memia, 6'4" sophomore for the Lions. And we're tied at 3. So Ella Lipka to serve. That goes into the net. Make it a 4-3 lead for Heritage. And now Tatiana Lyons to serve. Played up front. Set back near side. Good placement there for Cariama Rodriguez. Just kind of took a little bit off it, find an open spot, and put it there. And tied at 4 as into the lineup for the Rock comes Tatum Arledge. It's played back off the near side. Beaver fires. That is in along the far sideline. Now a 5-4 lead for Heritage. Like that might have been a little wide, but counts just the same for Brooke Beaver and the Lady Eagles. Short set here, and that's hammered home by Megan Winnick. And we're back tied at 5. Back to serve for the Rock, Cariema Rodriguez. And she will approach and play it up front. This tipped across. Now set back near side. Put over there by Ayala. Now far side, and Brooke Beaver fires and goes off the shoulder of Cariana Ayala. And a 6-5 lead for Heritage. That's about the hardest we've seen Brooke hit a volleyball the entire tournament. The set back far side. That came off a little weird. Now the set from Hernandez back near side. Tipped down. That played again. Outside. That's blocked up front, but eventually settles down. And it's a 7-5 lead for Heritage here early. Now the Rock meeting together. So Brooke Beaver to serve here for Heritage as they lead at 7-5 here in set 1. Set back row. Rodriguez kind of took a little bit off it. Now far side, Charlton fires and she'll score. And an 8-5 lead for Heritage. So Brooke Beaver will serve here. Now back set. That played back up. The Rock will go for it again. And that hammered home out front by Megan Winnick. And 8-6 the lead now for Heritage. Heritage at 33-5 out of Kissimmee, Florida, coached by Jim Estrella. This is his 5th year of coaching volleyball, 23 years of coaching basketball there at Heritage. Talk a little bit more about them in just a second. This set up to Charlton on the outside. And played back now off the ceiling. And put outside, tipped across. And now it's just put over. Set to the outside, and that hit into the net. And 8-7, the lead for Heritage. Eagles were the 2015 Division II champs here at NACA and the 2016 Division II runner-up. They are the 2014, 15, 16, and 17 Florida Christian Conference state champions. That pushed back off into the corner, and that deflected off the ceiling. And it will be an 8-8 game. I think they're asking why that wasn't 2 hits, and that seems like a fairly legitimate question. So back to serve for the Rock is Emery Wyatt. And this played off the ceiling, but saved out of bounds by Brooke Beaver. And a 9-8 lead for the Rock. So Wyatt with the serve. Played back to the outside and looked like they were all the way across that bottom line. The setter for Heritage was. She literally stepped all the way across it. And it's a 10-8 lead now for the Rock. It's played back to the back row. Beaver fires there and got another kill, and it's 10-9 the lead now for the Rock. Serve here for Caitlin Nevix. And that ball absolutely torched on the near side by Ella Lipka. And an 11-9 lead for the Rock. So Maria Hernandez to serve with the Rock up 2 here in set 1. The set to Lions, that blocked up front. Set back to the back row, and Cariema Rodriguez fires it home from there. 12-9, the Rock leads. The thing is, like Heritage, playing together those first few points, he can do that for a little while. The question is, can you do that over the course of 3 full sets or even 2 full sets? And that's the challenge for Heritage. Doing it a few times is one thing. Doing it consistently the entire night is something else. And, you know, that's kind of what the Rock waits for. They wait for teams to kind of make some mistakes, and they capitalize on it. And so far, that's what's going on here in set 1. 13-9. That's a good play from Tatiana Lyons, making it 13-10. Back to serve for Heritage is Rachel Watts. Serve here, play to the middle, Hernandez. And that ball hammered by Ella Lipka. And now 14-10 lead for the Rock. Now Cariana Ayala, 5'6" junior serves. Plays back near side. Put across. Wyatt sets near side. And Rodriguez had that block. Cariema does it again, and this time kills it. So Cariema Rodriguez had the first one blocked, but not the second one. And it's 15-10 all the way now for the Lions. Serve here for Ayala. Played back row, and now the Rock will play it back near side. Rodriguez had that blocked up front by Lions. And now 15-11 the lead for the Rock. So back to serve is Casamara Charlton. Set backside, that is blocked, and that stays in. So Brooke Beaver with a block, making it 15-12. Well, again, if Heritage can consistently do that, and do that over the course of 2 full sets, they got something going. The problem is, if you have any let-off there, we've already seen the Rock take advantage of it and go up by 5. Any let-off just gets to that point, and that will be 4 hits. And 15-13. Now the lead for the Rock is Heritage trying to fight their way back. I'm looking at the antenna, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay right there. There's no fixing it. Believe me, they've tried to fix that antenna for 3 days. It's not going to go anywhere. In fact, you're probably lucky it's still upright at this point. It's being held on with packaging tape. So this goes back up front. Hernandez with a back set. That's pushed down. And a kill out front by Ella Lipka. Now 16-13. So Lipka to serve, and that goes into the net. Now 16-14. So Emery Wyatt back in. It's played back up front. Set near side, and a kill there for Megan Winnick. Make it now 17-14. Back in for the Rock is Tatum Arledge. So Arledge with the serve. Played now near side. Beaver fires, and that's a kill. 17-15, the Rock leads. Well, Brooke Beaver has put herself together a pretty decent night so far, hitting the ball on the outside. Serve here from Correa. Now set near side, tipped down, that's still alive, and Beaver fires that. It's blocked up front. I'll make it now 18-15. That's the problem when you have to hit it from back off the line like that. Whenever you set back up and you're farther away you are from the net, the easier it is for them to block it, especially when you have 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" on that front line. It becomes a lot easier. Back in the near side, Beaver just pushes it across. Now back, Rodriguez tries to set it over. This to the outside. Beaver has that blocked up front on a combination Megan Winnick and Maria Hernandez. And a 19-15 lead for the Rock. So Kariema Rodriguez to serve. It's played back to the outside. It's blocked up front. And that tipped in along the far sideline. So 19-16 is the lead now for the Rock. And Brooke Beaver will get set to serve. Set to the middle, and that ball hammered by Megan Winnick. And another kill makes it 20-16. And a timeout to Heritage. 2016, the Rock leads Heritage here in set one of this Division I championship. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more in just a moment. You're watching the NACA. (2016) is the lead for the Rock here in the middle of set one. Emery Wyatt getting set to serve. This will be played on the near side. Beaver back to the middle, and that's sent across by Caitlin Nevix. Back to the middle, and that ball hammered off that backboard. And after a ricochets off a defender, Ella Lipko with another kill, and it's 21-16. So Wyatt to serve again. That is out. 21-17. Caitlin Nevix back to serve. This play back to the middle. And set across, and that goes off of the back line for Heritage. 22-17. And the kill for Ella Lipka. So Maria Hernandez to serve. Tracked down by Beaver and now put over by Lions. set in the middle. That was partially blocked. Now set up and still alive. And that is for it. They're not going to count that first one as a block, that deflection right off the top. They're going to count that as a hit, so 22-18. And back to serve for the Eagles is Rachel Watts. Set back outside. This tipped over. And Charlton has that deflected. Back line, Rodriguez. Outside, that hit out of bounds by Casamara Charlton. It's 23-18. Serve here. Now taken back, dug on the back line by Ayala, who actually did the serving. And that a good play from Kariema Rodriguez. Just kind of turned her body a little bit and got an open shot at that front corner. And 24-18 the lead for the Rock here in set one. Take a break, come back in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Tournament. (24-18). As the Rock getting set to serve up set point here. As Ayala does that, Lions still alive. Rodriguez fires, and that will end up falling in. And the Rock takes game one, 25-18. So set one to the Rock, set two coming up here momentarily. This is a best of three set for the Division I championship. We'll take a couple-minute break, come back with set two. You're watching the NACA National Volleyball Tournament.
Сегодняшний мир. Educating students.
Educating students.
To become servants of Christ. Servants of Christ.
Para llegar a ser servidores de Cristo.
To make a difference in today's world.
À faire une différence dans le monde d'aujourd'hui.
We start set number 2 of this best of 3 match for the Division I championship. The Rock took set 1, and Heritage to serve to start up set number 2. Set to the outside, Rodriguez fires. Boy, it's a good dig along that back line by Eliana Correa. Try it again in the middle. That one dug out. And they'll try it again. Back to the outside. Rodriguez fires again. That one partially blocked. Sent across, and they'll set back near side, and this bump back over into the corner. Now set back near side. Good dig along that far sideline. Rodriguez has that block, but it's still going. Point still going here, as somehow Rodriguez managed to get her hand on it, and it goes out of bounds, and a 1-0 lead for Heritage here in set 2. So Caitlin Nevix to serve here for the Eagles. Short set, and that hammered home by Megan Winnick. And we're tied at 1. By the way, we said we would talk a little bit about Heritage here tonight. We mentioned their state titles and all that good stuff, but they are the only private school to ever beat Osceola High School, who is a 9A public school in the state of Florida. They are the 2-time Pensacola Christian College Invitational champions in 2016 and 2017. Good tip down there by Tatiana Lyons. Brooke Beaver is being looked at by Bob Jones, and why wouldn't you? I'm surprised if they're not the only people looking at her, and they have over 100 wins in 4 years. That's pretty incredible. Been here for now the 3rd year as Heritage. It's a good set to the far side. That put down by Megan Winnick. Back tied at 2. Talk about the Lions here in just a minute, as Kariema Rodriguez will get set to serve. Good serve played there by Beaver, and a good kill off the near side by Tatiana Lyons. Now a 3-2 lead for Heritage. Casamara Charlton to serve. Short set, and that kill by Megan Winnick again. And we're back tied at 3. The Rock, by the way, 31-4 coming into this tournament out of Gainesville, Florida. Coach Wyatt has been coaching for 10 years, her 4th year at the Rock. As we mentioned, they were runners-up in Division I in 2014 and won it in 2015 and 2016. And a kill there for Tatiana Lyons, and it's back to a 4-3 lead for Heritage. It says Cariema Rodriguez averaging 8 kills per match for the Rock. It's played back into the middle, tipped across and down by Ella Lipka. Tied at 4. And now Maria Hernandez will get set to serve as Griselda Memia back in for the Rock. Serve here by Hernandez, sent to the outside. Beaver fires and scores. That's a really nice set and a good hit from Brooke Beaver. 5-4 the lead now for Heritage. Served now by Correa. Here to play it back near side. Beaver tried to tip that across, and the Rock is in the net. It's Griselda Memia who got in the net. 6-4 the lead for Heritage now. So Correa with the serve. Set back to Rodriguez. Correa now pushed across. Ayala been digging that back line. And this hit into the net by Beaver, making it 6-5 Heritage. And now Cariana Ayala to serve for the Rock. Back row Lions will just put it over. Set to the outside. Rodriguez tried to go down the line. Set wasn't exactly where Rodriguez wanted it. Just put back in the back row now by Ayala. That goes off the top of the net. They're going to say that that was touched. Now this blocked. Sent across. Still going and sent back over by Lipka. Near side, Beaver tried to touch it across. And sent back, Ayala. That's a good dig on the far side by Correa. It's bumped up. Lipka fires. That's dug out by Lions in the back row. Back to the middle, set to the outside. Rodriguez, and somehow Brooke Beaver got a hand on it. And we're still going. Set back, tipped down, and still alive. This is one incredible point. To the outside, Rodriguez, that finally falls. So the Rock keeps coming. Heritage kept digging it out. And we're tied at 6. Now Cariana Ayala to serve again with the game all tied up. Outside, Beaver with it. And that hit the antenna, so now 7-6, the lead for the Rock. Cariana Ayala to serve. Back row, put across by Charlton, that's in. And the weird thing there is nobody from the Rock even moved to get it. I guess they were just hoping it would go out. So we're back tied at 7. Matter of fact, Wyatt and Ayala both looked at each other like, are you going to go get that? And outside, that hit into the net by Rodriguez. Now an 8-7 lead for Heritage. So Brooke Beaver to serve. Short set, that's blocked up front. Rodriguez just put it over. Near side, Charlton hits that out of bounds. And we're tied at 8. So Ella Lipka to serve. Played back near side. Charlton just puts it over. Short set, and that hammered home by Megan Winnick. And it's 9-8. Again, for Heritage, it's not the idea that they can't play with the rock. They can definitely do that. The idea is, can you do it mistake-free for long enough? And that's the kind of things that you need if you're Heritage. You need the rock to start making some mistakes. And Lipka serves that into the net. We're tied at 9. So Caitlin Nevix to serve. Set to the outside, and a good play by Karayama Rodriguez. Make it now 10-9 for the Rock. As into the lineup comes Tatum Arledge. And that hit out of bounds. Back tied at 10. So Rachel Watts to serve. Short set put down, now tracked and bumped over by Lyons. Hernandez just puts it down herself and make it 11-10 the Rock. Now Karayama Rodriguez set to serve. Played to the far side, that tipped over. And Hernandez, not sure what happened there. She just set it right into the net. We're back tied at 11. So Charlton will serve. And Winnick has that blocked up front by Tatiana Lyons. Heritage now up 12-11 on the Rock. It's played back to the middle as Wyatt plays it across. Back near side, that's deflected. And will eventually fall in on the Rock side of the net. And it's 13-11. Played now up front. Hernandez sets it back. Winnick with the kill. Make it now 13-12. This for sure has not been the cleanest game that we've seen the Rock play. It's been a little shaky at times. Part of that is forced by Heritage. I mean, they've blocked a few things. They've had a couple of good outside hits. But the Rock has had some miscommunication tonight. And just a few things not go completely smoothly. Lions trying to hammer that, it would not go. And now an illegal set on Tatiana Lyons. We're tied at 13, and those are the things, if you're Heritage, that you have to avoid. Because if you start giving the Rock free points, it's going to pile up in a hurry. You almost have to play mistake-free if we're going to have a shot at this. Set in the middle, Lyons tips it across, still alive, and that played back deep. So played now near side. Beaver will just put it across. Set near side, and that kill off the set to Ella Lipka. The Rock now leads 14-13. So Emery Wyatt will get set to serve. So back middle of the floor, Lions will pump it across. And this hit just out of bounds on the near side by Lipka. We're tied at 14. So Tatiana Lyons to serve. Hernandez try to tip it over. It's ball a little bit too close to the net. It's tracked down, and now Hernandez to play it across. Near side, pushed over. We have 2 hits on Brooke Beaver. 15-14, the lead for the Rock. So Maria Hernandez to serve. And this played the far side, now bumped over. Set up front. Rock will try to play it again. So back tied at 15. Short set, that put down by Ella Lipka. Now 16-15. So Cariana Ayala to serve. That left up front, but still dug out by Correa. Just tipped back across. Set to the outside, and that's set a little bit too far for Cariama Rodriguez, and we're tied at 16. Well, it's like I said, the Rock is not all together tonight. It's about as disjointed as I've seen them, but Heritage is playing very well, and that hit by Rodriguez ricochets off the top of the building and ends up going out of bounds near side, and Rodriguez will get the kill as they lead at 17-16. So Ella Lipka to serve. And there is an ace. Make it now 18-16. And again, those are the things that you gotta have to stay away from if you're Heritage. They've done a pretty good job of that so far tonight. As Lipka will get set to serve. Set near side. That tip was blocked up front. Lyons going to put it over. Now short set, and the Winnick hammers at home. And a 19-16 lead for the Rock. And timeout to Heritage. The Rock leads at 19-16 here in set 2. Take a break, come back to more in a moment. You're watching the NACA Championships. (19-16), the lead for the Rock here in set 2. Boy, has this just been they called an illegal rotation on the Rock, but all they were doing was waiting for the libero to come back off the floor. Doesn't seem like that should be an illegal rotation if Wyatt's coming out. They went ahead and blew the play in, but there were looked like 7 players on the floor. Wyatt was on her way off. And they're going to discuss whether or not they'll give this point to Heritage. Still discussing it over here. Well, the Rock took game 1. They're working on taking set 2. It is 19-16, pending whatever happens here. And they're discussing it with Coach Wyatt right now. I mean, it seems like the Rock will get this serve back. They were really trying to get Wyatt off the court. She was the libero. Wyatt was running off the floor as the referee blew the serve in, but the problem was either he didn't recognize that Wyatt was going off the floor, or she might have been a little late getting off, but it wasn't ridiculously late. So they're going to redo the point. They're going to have to reset the scoreboard, though. It'll have to say 19-16 here. So they go back to 19-16. And Ella Lipka to serve. Played back near side. Now Beaver will just set it over. And Winnick had it taken away, and Beaver tries to fire it across. Outside, Rodriguez fires inside that back corner, and Kariema just unloaded on that one. And it's 20-16. So Lipka to serve again. Set back near side, and Charlton has that blocked up front by Megan Winnick, and it's 21-16. So Ella Lipka to serve again. The Rock getting closer to their 3rd Division I title in a row, but that goes into the net. We'll make it 21-17. Caitlin Nievics to serve here for Heritage. Looking here up front, Hernandez to the outside, and again hammered along the line on the near side, and they're going to say they don't know. Brooke Beavers over asking the head official, can he ask the sideline official? I think they're going, were they saying that's in? I'm not even really sure what they called on that. I guess they said it was in. That out in the far corner, and it's 23-17. I don't know. Now it says 22-18. Something's really messed up. They're going to have to call it. Now they have a 22-18. That can't be right. Well, now they moved to the 23-18. Which still can't be right, because Heritage had 17 and hasn't gotten the ball back. In any case, Winnick fires. That won't go. Rodriguez there to hammer it home. Now I change it to 24-17, which should be right. And timeout to Heritage. So the score is correct, 24-17, the lead for the Rock. We'll take a break, come back with the last of this Division I championship in just a moment. You're watching the NACA. So match point here for the Rock, leading 24-17. And the serve from Tatum Arledge. Back near side, Lyons, she hammers it home. And it's 24-18. So Heritage not going away yet. Serve coming up from Rachel Watts. Lane out of the outside. Rodriguez tips it over. Nice play by Correa. Charlton has that partially blocked up front. Go to the outside, Rodriguez. That was partially blocked. Now blocked up front. Come back near side to Charlton. That's in on the near side. It's 24-19. Oh, Heritage once again refusing to go away. And it's 24-19. Still match point, been that way a couple of times now. Serve here. Played now up front. Hernandez to the outside. Cariama Rodriguez will end it right there. 25-19 is the final in set two as the Rock wins their third straight Division I championship. 2015, 2016, 2017. And Cariama Rodriguez, a senior on this group. The only senior. Well, let's not forget about Heritage coming in runner-up position, and boy, did they give the Rock everything they could handle tonight as they pushed the Rock to the edge a couple of times. And the real key difference is Heritage just couldn't do it 100% of the time, and the Rock just kind of kept coming, waited on a couple of mistakes, and, you know, eventually the Rock did what they needed to do and got the win here tonight. But that's incredible effort from Heritage. I mean, after losing to them once, coming back and pushing them as hard as they did, that's just wow. I mean, for a Division I championship, that was good stuff, especially considering what we thought kind of might happen coming into this. And Heritage just did an unbelievable job of keeping that as close as they could keep it. The Rock does get a win, and they'll get their third straight Division I championship. But boy, what a great Division I. Matter of fact, both Division II and Division I tonight were great games. Division II was fabulous, maybe one of the best matches we've seen here. Division I went to the Rock in two straight, but still pretty impressive from Heritage. So we'll stick around for the award ceremony here tonight, so just hang out for a second. We'll let you have the coverage of that before we shut everything off. I want to make sure I say thank you to Dave Secure and everybody here at NACA and Fort Bluff Camp for having me back again this year. We do appreciate that. And thank you to them and to everyone here. Every time we come here, they treat me so nice, and I do appreciate that. So we'll have your final awards here in just a moment, and then we'll close things out tonight as the Rock wins the Division I championship here at the NACA tournament.
And then I'd like to thank all of the parents and all the coaches for making this trip possible for your schools. It takes a lot of work, a lot of preparation, a lot of sacrifice to come to NACA, and we want you to know here at the NACA, we appreciate everything you've done to be here. So thank you, and we hope to see you again next year.
Johnson. From Asheville, Rebecca Camacho. From Jellies, Audrey Meyer. From Heritage, Ali Correa. From FCA Baltimore, Natalie Tracy. From Maria Hernandez. From Veritas, Gracie Hummert. From Heritage, Tatiana Lyons. From the Rock, Nathan Winnett. Most valuable offensive player from the Rock, Kariema Rodriguez. Most valuable defensive player from Heritage, Ali Correa. Best setter from the Rock, Maria Hernandez. All right, another big hand for the alternative team. All right, now the team trophies. Coaches voted Best Team Sportsmanship, the GCAA Stallions. All right, our two third-place teams, Veritas from North Carolina and the GCAA Stallions from North Carolina. Second place, give a big hand to Heritage Christian from Kissimmee, Florida. And our NACA Division I champs for the third consecutive year, the Rock from Gainesville, Florida. Just a couple announcements before we go. There was a gray hoodie, NACA hoodie that was lost. If you find a gray hoodie, please bring it to us. Also a missing wallet. I see a wallet around campus tonight. Bring it to the office for us. And the Pensacola table, Jeremy has some free giveaways. So students visit him at the Pensacola table for the free giveaways. God bless you guys.